Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I got a review for you of this really interesting little knife right here. This is the Cricut Ruger LCK Tanto. This is kind of a neat freaking knife, and I want to thank very much my buddies Frankie and Bird over at the Birdshot IV channel for sending this little guy along. Really cool, glad to have a look at it. So there you go. First off, let's do a little size comparison real quick. Here it is against Spyderco Delica. Here it is against the Ontario Rat number 2 in D2 steel, and your Rat number 1 over here. And here it is against another really interesting little budget knife, which is right over here. This is the Kershaw Atmos, which actually just came across my table recently as well, and these are striking me as very similar things. So there you go. That's your size comparison. Then finally, a quick note on this guy. This is by Columbia River Knife and Tool there, Cricut, but the thing is, it's also co-branded with Ruger, which is a gun company here in the U.S., and apparently they need a knife. So there you go. This is the Cricut Ruger LCK. So let's go on ahead and jump into the good, the great, the bad, and the ugly of this very interesting, whoa, look, it disappeared, little pocket knife here. So first off, on the good side, this is very nice in the hand, actually. Whoever did this design was thinking very nicely, ergonomically speaking, because you get a little bit of thickness, which is always a good thing. You get a nice little bit of lock-in here with a combination of this finger groove as well as the jimping on the lock bar, which helps for easy release. You really lock yourself in there, and you can also choke up and get yourself a finger choil grip for detail work. This is really nicely done for my relatively small hands, and in fact, being a relatively small knife, here I'll bust out my little caliper here and figure things out. Yeah, it looks like we're coming in around 3.2 some odd ounces, so it's gonna put ounces. Yeah, I measured length in ounces there, guys. Yeah, I'm a freaking wizard. But anyways, that's a really nice thing, and actually the size on this guy is very nice as well, because it is a very small knife in the pocket, even though you get a fair amount of blade length out of this guy. If we put this up on top of your Spyderco Delica here, you can see that it fits entirely within the silhouette of the Delica. And thickness-wise, although it's a little tiny bit thicker, it's not so much so. And so that just makes it really, really easy to carry. This was a pleasure to have in the pocket. Next thing, this is a very easy knife to unlock because of that lock bar cutout, as well as because of that jimping that we've got in here, which is absolutely great. I'm a big fan of that, and I think it really does feel great there. Next thing, I gotta say, I am digging the texture on this guy. It's not a super, interesting one, but it adds a little bit of a visual flair, and for this price point, visual flair is absolutely not guaranteed. But this is doing a nice job there, and it also gives you a fair amount of gripitude. Coupled with this guy here, I mean, I feel like this is really locked in the hand pretty well, and that's pretty great. So I appreciate that very much. Next thing, this blade on this guy is actually pretty damn good. It does cut things. I mean, it's relatively thin behind the edge. It's, it balloons up pretty quickly there, but at the same time, the eventual thickness isn't that bad. It's not that much thicker than Delica there. And so it cuts things. That's nice. You get this nice finger choil here. You get a very useful shape. They're calling this a Tanto. This is a reverse Tanto. A true Tanto is a lot more like this, where you got the sharpened end on the bottom there. But nonetheless, this reverse Tanto shape, and by the way, Kaba Karen, if you're looking at that. But anyways, there you go. You've got a nice, useful shape, though. It's sort of a Wharncliffe sort of blade, and those are good for utility sorts of cutting, as well as for most everyday carry tasks. The length is good, and you do get a very effective sharpening choil, too, off of this finger choil. So, really, the blade on this guy is pretty damn solid. I'm a big fan of the blade on this guy. Not the perfect slicer given the thickness of the stock and whatnot, but still, very, very good. Next thing, I gotta give serious credit here. Take a look at the deep carry clip here, and I'm just using my hand for contrast because otherwise, whoa, where'd it go? Sorry. You can see here that there is no screws in the clip path. I'm going to show you a different deep carry clip, actually on the Kershaw Atmos, and there you can see that there are two screws sticking up into the area where your pocket's supposed to go. This is, having the screws kind of inset into there is absolutely a beautiful thing. It's a smart idea, and having the clip go in underneath the plastic there just works beautifully. So I got to give them credit for that. And then finally, on the good side, the price on this guy is actually pretty good. Actually, it's really good. It's $25. And $25 is a really impressive price point for a knife because normally they are just pieces of crap. For $25, normally you're not getting something that incredible, and this guy is really good for that price. You're getting yourself a knife that's got a reasonable action, that's reasonably well built. I mean, it's a $25 Cricut in places, to be sure, but look, this is way better than you would expect for $25. And when I read that price, it was just like, whoa. So that's really good to me. This price is very, very, very nice. So that's the good to me, is that it's $25, which, holy crap. It's got the internally screwed deep carry clip. I do like this blade a lot. I found it to be a very useful tool in my everyday life. It's got good texture, it's easy to unlock, manipulate, etc. Great size, and it is very, very nice in the hand here. What's great to me, though, is this freaking action. Guys, seriously, this is an unassisted knife. Watch. There is no assist whatsoever involved in this. If I can pull it open, got pulled in by the detent there. You can pull it open, and at every step, unassisted, wow. Yet at the same time, it flips 100% reliably, which is great. No, I cannot not flip this knife. That's really astounding. And what makes it even more impressive is, look at this. These are phosphor-bronze washes. So the fact that Cricut used phosphor-bronze washes here at all is a good thing. But the fact that they were able to get a good flipping action off of the PB washes in this guy, wow. And so you've got a washer-based, good, solid flipper from Cricut, phosphor-bronze for $25. I don't even know what to do for that. So that's, to me, what's great, is that you get this really surprisingly great action on this knife. On the bad side, first off, as you probably have noticed, this knife is blacker than a Goth Kid sock drawer, and that's fine. It's more of a style thing than anything, but it is definitely a little bit frustrating when you film on a black background here. And it's a little high-speed, low-drag for a lot of lunchrooms. I kind of do wish that they offered this in like a satin blade or a, blue handle or something like that, but you know what? Okay, whatever, not a big deal. Next thing, the blade steel on this guy is 8CR13 MOV. This is a steel that's either barely adequate or barely inadequate. You're going to be wanting to sharpen and strop this guy up. It's stropped up very nicely. It can work, but you're going to need to maintain that edge a lot more than if you're using like a real steel. Not like a real steel brand, but a steel that is, actually worth a damn. But you know what? For $25, I can't get bent out of shape. Next thing, this is absolutely pocket pecking. You can see here, it's got a little tiny bill on there, but it's a little bit sharpy. There's no chamfering around the edges here. This is going to be pecking on whatever's in your pocket, so you can't even see it. It's like a stealthy pocket pecker. Like perfect for night owl missions. Yeah, because woodpeckers go on missions. Anyways, I digress. This is it's an effective pocket pecker, that's for damn sure. And then finally, the stock on this guy is a little bit on the thick side. I already mentioned this, but if we compare this to other knives that are in its sort of a similar area here, the Rat 1, for instance, this is the Rat 2, but the stock is thick. I can see them at somewhat level wanting some durability here, whatever, but that's not super impressive to me. So the stock on this guy is absolutely thick, and that makes it a little bit less slicey than it needs to be, but it's ground in such a way that it's okay in that dimension. So to me, that all is the bad. Stock's a little thick. The pocket pecking is definitely present, and it is 8CR13 MOV, and it is blacker than a Goth Kid sock drawer. But, that's more a matter of taste than anything. Ugly-wise, what's ugliest about this knife is how freaking confused I am by it, because holy crap, that brings us to the final conclusion. This is weirdly excellent. Like, I can't even freaking pause this. I mean, it's got a great action. It's on washes, so it's very reliable. And washer actions, there's a lot to be said for it, especially on a knife that's meant to put in hard work. Washes are going to be a lot more robust to things like mud and sand and gunk and whatnot. It's got a great blade that actually can cut things, although it could cut things a little bit better. It's got a great handle and overall a really nice design. I mean, yeah, the steel's not awesome. The stock's a little thick, and holy crap, is it high speed, low drag. But for $25, this is really, really good. And I don't know what to do with it. Because not only is this a gun-branded knife that doesn't suck, and that's completely weird, but this is a $25 Cricut that I have no problem calling a gem. What the heck? The whole world is going crazy here. I mean, yesterday I reviewed a Chinese-made Kershaw that's an absolute freaking gem, and now I review this guy. What the heck? Guys. And so ultimately, I am really, really impressed with Cricut and with Ruger for pulling this guy off. I really don't often have a lot of praise for Cricut's low end, but this is actually really excellent. Whoever did this should be hired, promoted, made CEO, something. Because if Cricut can create something that's this well done at this kind of a price point over and over and over again, it would be a whole different ballgame. And I would be walking around wearing Cricut t-shirts and, learning to play cricket and whatnot. That would be a whole different world, because this is the best thing I have seen from them. probably, certainly in this price range, and it's one of the best low-end knives out there right now, price-wise. So yeah, sure, there are better knives if you're willing to pay a little bit more money. But if you want a knife, you got 25 bucks, then by God, you should be thinking about this, because this is absolutely impressive. I can't believe that they pulled this off, and I hope that they pull these kinds of things off over and over and over again, because, well, damn it, this little cricket is going to have a whole bunch of people chirping. So anyways, there you go. Hope this has been interesting to you. I'm probably going to be confused and just like go shake in the corner for a little while now, having called a cricket a gem. But anyways, hope this has been interesting, and have yourselves just an absolutely wonderful rest of the day, and I hope this review didn't leave you in the lurch. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Bye now.